I am live. Hey, you should go to jollyrogerukulele.com, pick up the sheet music, hang out with us every day at this time slot. I'll tweet. I'm going to go to the website and post our link for today on the slot. We do introduction to ukulele, not advanced, I don't know, higher level ukulele, and we do baritone ukulele, also a little guitar and a little bit of harmonica. We just have a good time here every day. All right, that should get everybody coming this direction. And then I need to go. Oh, I gotta go finish the tweet. We got, we tweet on now. We're Twitterers. Wait for my Bluetooth keyboard to catch up with what I'm doing here. You sit and you're like, come on, keyboard. T. Not gonna go. So we use a regular one. https:// Roger ukulele.com. That's when my face pops up. I don't know why. And then I click enter. So now that's tweeted. And then we can close this window. And then we come back over here and we have to view that page to make sure it's working. Let's see what is going on here today. There I am. Okay. Clink. Look how lovely. Lynn is in New Jersey. She was had a bright and sunny today. Yeah, she had snow a couple of days ago. Glad you're back in business out there in New Jersey, Lynn. Nancy's in. She says sounds good. Guys, we had a couple of catastrophes during the guitar session this morning. And so I read some gaming websites to find out what you do when the sound on YouTube just crashes. Those guys, they don't put up with things not working. And they said, you got to reduce the megahertz, kilohertz, megahertz. I don't know. You got to reduce the hertz that are going out of your microphone into the system. So I have adjusted that to put out lower hertz. And so let's see if the sound is still good and and you feel like you have enough hertz, whatever hertz are. Evelyn, sound is good. Face is bright. We have a gray, cold day to go in today. So I have a gray, cold look about me. I should have gone in and adjusted the camera to put more yellow. You can adjust the camera to make yourself look different and kind of colorize yourself. So anyway, the sound, new setup, hopefully will crash less. It's hard to believe that with a very simple setup that I have here, that it's too much for YouTube. YouTube has a lot more power than I can put out, I feel. But what are you going to do, right? Let's see. I need to probably sit a little further back. Maybe put my foot up so that we can see what we're doing here. Who else wandered in here? Lynn, let's see. I see you have the chord wheel back there. Is it worth the investment? No, absolutely not. I bought this thinking, hey, this is a really good idea. But let's put it this way. What is it, 12, 14 bucks, something like this? It's fine. But just the one right straight off the internet works perfectly well as also. The ukulele one that I have put out years ago is probably still the best one for what we do because the chords are all on there. And it has a mammoth in the middle of it, which is awesome. The only thing that's nice about this is when you're teaching and you say, all right, you're in the key of C, let's try put this song in the key of G. And then, so it's a kind of a helpful teaching tool, but in terms of learning it and studying it and using it in your day-to-day life, I don't think it's that great. I just think that drives me crazy that they did it upside down, that they put the C on the bottom and then diminished stuff up on top. It's backwards to my mind. Donna's in today. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Sound great. Good to have you, bud. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you before. Glad you're here. Pam is in. She says I sound okay. Good to see you, Pam. Vicky, extra practice, right? Sunny and 40 in Bozeman. We're cloudy and 40 in Denver. So we're almost the same, except she has the sun and I have the clouds. It's supposed to be the opposite way. So, all right, what time is it? Oh, we got to get going. Sorry, running late today, obviously. Duh. So, guys, what we've been doing in this hour, we've been playing the slightly easier stuff from the list on the website. And if one of you will remember where we left off yesterday, I think we were getting pretty far down. I think we got through, if I'm not mistaken, we did Oh Holy Night, and we were getting ready to do Silent Night, I think. And so one of you will remind me where we are. My plan at the moment is to go grab Silent Night unless you tell me otherwise. And we've been playing the ones in this hour with the stars on it, and in the other hour we've been playing the ones without the stars on them because they're just a little bit more challenging. And this hour, I like it. I like for you to feel like, hey, you know what? I can make great music, but I don't have to make it. I don't have to suffer for it. And so let's go grab Silent Night, unless you guys tell me otherwise. Silent Night has our basic key of C chord, C, A minor, F, and G, and that's it, which is sort of nice. You got a G and a G7 in there, so you got all 5 chords. That's why I often will teach, when I teach Christmas on the ukulele, a lot of times I get people in who haven't taken any ukulele yet, and this is a great piece to get them started. It has all of our main chords, plus a melody that most everybody knows, and then the tough axe or tough uke is it's not terrible until you get down to measure 2021. Then it gets pretty terrible, and then it gets easy again. My cat has decided he needs to be a part of wandering through the room over and over, so I'm going to let the cat in. He will be here about 30 seconds, and then he will be gone. And so I don't know what his deal is today. Dude, what is your deal today? It's nap time. Go take your nap. Yeah. All right. I've straightened Henry out. Now, Silent Night. Let's play the melody first. You've got your tablature there, which is what I teach with, right? That makes the most sense. But a few of you may be thinking, hey, I want to learn how to do the standard notation. That is not necessary for ukulele, but it is something that I think most musicians ought to be able to tackle. And so whichever way makes the most sense for you. But I think tablature is the way to go, right? Because it has everything except the timing on there, and that's why you have the other line. From the top, just the melody, please. We're going to play all the way down to measure 27, and then we will come back and play it again. From the top. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Up to the top, measure 4. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. Whoops. Whoops. Was getting all fancy. I was so proud of myself. Go for measure 20. 1, 2, 3. Two, three. Page 2. Okay, so outside of being busy trying to be cool and paying the price for it, I saw that 8 coming up. I'm like, oh, I'm going to really give it a lot of vibrato. And let's talk about vibrato for just a second. When you are playing individual notes like that and the melody rises like that, you really want to pull out your violin skills and be thinking about, all right, sleep in heavenly. And the way we do that, whatever finger you use, usually when you're on these high notes, you're using pinky or ring. Just take it and just wiggle it. Okay, don't lift it up. Don't do anything. Just be there and then just let it be a little loose and back and forth. And you get that wah, 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 wah. If you're a violinist, you do that on almost every note. But on in fretted instruments, usually rising action when you get to the high notes, we want to do that. And you could do it on some of the other notes as well, like silent. Well, you can't do it on that note. Let's go to all is calm. All is calm. Okay, and put a little wiggle on there. Dotted half notes are a great opportunity to put. Went through all this business, then he doesn't come in. Dotted half notes give you that opportunity to put in some vibrato. It's going to make you sound a little more professional, a little bit nicer, and one more little technique to work on. Okay, so now we know how the melody goes. It sounds exactly like we think it does, right? And then we're going to sing through and strum and do all that sort of stuff now. Now, you guys are already aware that I am aware that I cannot sing a lick, and it's pretty rough, but we'll get through it. You have choices. So I want you to do 2 different strum patterns here. One, I want for you to think about whether this is going to be a good strum for the main part of the song. It's Silent Night, right? So you're unlikely to be playing it as, like most ukulele players play, Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm. You've seen those videos, right? Don't be that person, okay? Silent Night, that's just one strum. Holy Night, all is calm. All is bright. That sounds fine. Why? We don't need to worry. You're just hearing the internal clock of your body going through those beats. If you want to make it a little more substantive, 1 strum per beat. Okay, remember, strumming is about beats. It's not about what's going on in the melody. You don't care what's going on in the melody when you're playing chords. You're all keeping this. You're the drum, so you want to make sure you stay nice and steady. 1, 2, 3. Silent night, 2, 3. Holy night, 2, 3. All is calm, 2, 3. All is bright. Okay, and so that. Now, next thought is, people are like, well, that seems a little boring. No, it's not. You're not trying. When you're singing, your voice and you are the star. Your ukulele's backup. So you don't need to turn this into something. And honestly, if you watch most ukulele videos, that's exactly what's happening. Is they're trying to make this more important than it is. It's not important at all when you're the singer. When you're the singer, you're the star. This is a backup band. This is the guys back in the fog and in the dark back there. That's what the purpose of this is. And so don't be confused when you're a singer and you're making chords that you're a ukulele player. Be a singer, right? Use this as your backup band. So that's this and this. Okay, now let's get a little more sophisticated. Let's grab 4 fingers, thumb, index, middle, ring. Everybody gets their own string. And let's do it that way. 1, 2, 3. Silent night, 2, 3. Holy night. It already sounds like Christmas, doesn't it? All is calm. All is bright. Round yon virgin mother and child. Okay, so that sounds more Christmassy already. The other nice thing, when I'm starting a new song and I'm trying to figure it out and I'm just learning all my chords and making sure that all the chords make sense to me, that's how I play, because this gives you you can really quite easily count the beats, and you're not adding in anything extra fancy or weird. You're just trying to figure out, all right, I'm going to do 3 beats per measure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you can quite easily find where your voice goes over the top of that strumming situation. Okay, last thing, most important thing that we teach is arpeggio picking. The most important, pretty high up on the list of important things. Okay, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb. We're going to start with just 3 because we're in a 3/4 song. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Put your C chord on. Silent night, holy night, G chord. All is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild. Okay, so that's that arpeggio pattern in the 3 pattern, which almost always works if there's just 1 chord per measure. So like in this song, every single measure has 1 chord and nothing else. If you have more than 1 chord, you may not want to do that. You may want to go with a 6 pattern, which is thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. That's 1 6 pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or just do 2 3 patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all of those are meaningful ways to make yourself sound a whole lot better than most ukulele players do, just by attacking it with your claw rather than this strumming nonsense that everybody does. And even just plain old plucking makes you sound sophisticated. And when I go to a strum, I haven't been to a strum along in a while, but when I do go, I almost never strum. I just sit and play arpeggio patterns like crazy, and inevitably there'll be somebody sitting next to me going, "Boy, your ukulele sounds really nice." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's the ukulele. It really is. It's what's making the music." All right, I agree with them. It's not that I'm sounding that great; it's that I'm sounding different, and as long as I have my chord on, then all of a sudden that difference starts to play in with, the person next to me doing their strumming and I'm doing an arpeggio pattern. Pretty soon people think, oh, you're a good player. Or your ukulele is a good ukulele. That's my favorite. Let's try a 6 pattern on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Silent night, holy night. All is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild. I messed up. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Okay, so that's how you make yourself, as a singer, really go to that next level where people think that you're this amazing ukulele player. You are keeping the beat with your right hand. You are making sure the chord is correct, and then your voice is coming out over the top. Much better way to play it than the typical person. Now, let's talk about the real way to play ukulele. Dennis, welcome in. Glad you're here, bud. All right, so we've covered the melody, 1 note at a time. In my mind, that's the most important. Is that the most important? That's probably as important as arpeggio picking. You put those two together and then you get fingerstyle, right? And then what we'll be doing is combining the chord and the melody together. So we know the chords in here, we can do all those. Let's walk through the entire tough uke from measure 4 down, and then we'll go back and play it a couple of times. Did we sing this? I don't know if we sang it, I think. Did we sing it enough? We sang it enough. You don't want to hear me sing. You want to play tough uke, okay? All of these, your thumb going down is going to work. For those of you guys who've been around a while, you're grabbing your claw, and you're going to be doing dum, bum, bum, bum. Okay, that's what as you start to get comfortable with your tough uke program, you want to be playing with the claw. When you're newer, you want to be playing with your thumb, okay, because it'll sound better. And so we go 003, O, and 003, and then some zeros. O, these are decorative. 003, O, G chord, pinky on the 5. That's a shape you have to learn how to do. It's going to come up every day when you're working with me. Play this. Lose the pinky at 9. A minor, add your 3 onto the top, strum that. Then 003. F chord, 2010. Use your pinky, add it onto the 3. 2 O. 003. O. 003. O's. F chord. Add your pinky on. 2 O. 003. O. 003. All O's. Nice big G chord, pinky on the top. Now you look at this next thing, you're like, oh, that makes me sad. Don't be sad, okay? Because here's what you're going to do. Slide this pinky up to 8. But it's going to get in the way, right? So you can't really do that, okay? So you're on this 5. Just go up, put your middle finger on 8, and bar on 7. Boom. Okay? Sometimes you can slide the pinky up and you get this zip, but when in this case, you're probably not going to be successful with that. So middle on 8, index on 7, strum it. That your pinky now is free to play the 10 that has the dot on the second string, and then take it right back off and pluck it again. And then dive down to your A minor with your 3. Cool chord here, 02007, looks like that. Okay. You can do this on ukulele, you can't do it on a guitar. That's why we're awesome. And then 003. 1, 2, 2 zeros. Now, if you're playing a high G instrument like I am, which I am in love with, and you see 0, 0, you want to make sure to hit this lower note a little harder because it's actually lower than your accompaniment note, and it sounds weird if you go, right? That's not what you want. You want make sure that this note, your C string, gets hit a little harder. Then we go back and play it again. Last time you come through, nice C chord at the end. Couple of zeros and then a big C chord. Okay, the glissando, the little wiggly next to there, that is important. Even if you're going through playing claw position and you play claw through the whole thing and you get to that last one, you're going to switch to your thumb. We want those pretty glissandos. I put that on almost always at the end of songs. I just think that tells your audience, hey, I'm done. I'm beautiful. It was beautiful. You owe me some applause. Okay, that's what's going on. Q, hey, dude, glad you're here. All right, from the top, play whatever way you want. I'm going to play it tough uke both times through. The first time I'm going to play with my thumb. The second time I'm going to play with my claw. If you're newer, play the melody. That's always the important one. Be playing along with me. We're playing a duet. And obviously, if you're a singer, you're probably thinking chords and lyrics, but that's what we're working here to sort of get you going in a different direction, okay? From the top, I'm going to play Tough Uke twice, and you play whatever you want. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Second inning. Okay. So now you have the choices, okay? You can play this as a duet, either with me or with somebody else you know. You can play melody. You can play chords in a whole mess of different ways. You can play Tough Uke in at least 2 different ways. And so you have 5, 6, 7 ways to present Silent Night. And that's true of every piece of music that I put out on the website is, man, you got a lot of choices. So what are you going to do to make your sound something that you do? Now, for some of you, that's hanging out in the basement playing for your cat. That's perfectly fine. It's a good place to be. Your cat loves you. The other thing to do is be thinking about, hey, I could get together with some other people and play in different ways. I could be playing for my family on Zoom. That's exactly what they want. That's how you get back at your family, is say, hey, I want to play. I'm going to take a ukulele lessons and I'm going to play you something. And they're like, okay. So that's how we get back at them. All right, Linda is giving us a hand. Very nice, very musical. That's exciting. All right, so next up on the list of the hits, let's go do Silver Bells. Something very similar, but much more modern, right? Is the Silver Bells. Let's see, getting better with the claw. You know. The challenge with the claw is that it is not going to sound as pretty as the thumb. It's not. It's just not. But it does give you the access to play other higher level stuff that you can't play. Well, you could theoretically play it with your thumb, but I don't. You'll notice I play about 80% thumb because it just sounds pretty and it's easier for most people to play, and it's very nice to teach with, and all of my arrangements are set up to work that way. But when you can get your claw coming around and it's starting to sound nice, I don't think it'll ever sound as pretty as the thumb. But you know what? When you're in the claw, you also can then be adding in your arpeggios in between your long notes. And so you suddenly can play true fingerstyle finger style, whatever that word means, arrangements where you are playing chords and melody and arpeggio decorations all in the same piece. And really, once you've reached there, all you have to have is a lead sheet, and you just need the melody and the chords, and you can play everything at a very, very high level. The kind of level where they invite you to, a ukulele festival. Oh gosh, that person can really play. We should have them come in and give a little class at our ukulele festival. and you go and you're like, here we go. And so a part of that, the biggest challenge with ukulele festivals, right, is you go there and there's a performer who is a professional ukulele player, whatever that means. And they aren't necessarily always great teachers, and they always usually have a hard time explaining what they're doing. Whereas with this system, everybody can do it, right? You sit down, here's the sheet music, pick your level, go for it. All right. I made some cold brew coffee, and then I let it sit for 48 hours instead of 24. So it's a little bit like drinking a punch in the face. Silver bells. It's okay. I should still go down to the shop, right? Starbucks is 3 blocks that way, but I can't seem to get myself talked into going outside. I went outside yesterday, had a miserable time. Silver bells. How are we doing on time? This will probably be our last piece for the day. Remember tomorrow. Let's talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to try to play Adeste Fidelis, Angels from the Realms of Glory, Angels We Have Heard on High, Old Lang Syne, Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella, First Noel, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, O Holy Night, Silent Night, Silver Bells, Up on the Housetop, and We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Which means that I am not going to be talking tomorrow, and we're just going to be playing, okay? And then in the next hour, we will play the other songs on that list. So tonight, make sure you have all of those things printed out in your book in alphabetical order, and then we will see if we can knock them all out, okay? First hour, we'll do the ones with the stars. Second hour, we'll do the ones without the stars. And by the end of that, you will probably hate Christmas. On your fingers will be like, ow. But we're going to try to play the entire list again tomorrow. Last week, we tried to play the entire list all in the 1 o'clock hour, and there was no way. So we're going to split it up into a little bit easier stuff for this hour and a little bit harder stuff for that hour. And that, of course, is always a judgment call, because some stuff that you think is hard and I say it's easy, and then you're like, Gary doesn't know what he's talking about, or vice versa. And so every song is hard in its own way, right? And so you figure out which is going to work the best. You just try to pick the way that you're going to survive on Friday, and come prepared with that. And so tonight, just make sure you get your book together. All right, Silver Bells. Maybe we'll make a big deal of it. Maybe I'll advertise for tomorrow. Get everybody to come for a 2-hour ukulele concert featuring the rock stars of ukulele around the world. Okay, a few of you guys are not even Americans. All right, let's go. Silver Bells, C chord. Let's sing it first. I can't sing. 1, 2. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. 1, 2. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you'll hear silver bells, ding, ding, ding. Silver bells, bing, bing, bing. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, ding, ding, ding. Ring and hear them ring, ding, 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 ding. Soon it will be Christmas. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Strings of street lights, even stop lights, blink of bright red and green. In the air there's, as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. 3, 1, 2. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids punch. This is Santa's big scene. and an airy da bum 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 bum. Here, 2, 3. I don't know the words. 2, 3. Silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Okay, whatever. The end. So lots of different choices, strum pattern wise. When you go out on the internet unsupervised, and you will find acres and acres and acres of discussion about what is the correct strum pattern for this song. And the minute you see that, I want you to shut that website down and move along. There are no right strum patterns. I'm aware of 2 strum patterns in the world that you got to get right. Of all of the tens of millions of songs out there, I know of 2 that you got to get right. So there's no point in studying strum patterns. You have a strum inside of your soul, inside of your heart. There's a specific strum pattern that's like, oh, that's the one that I want to do on this song. And so take all your toolbox skills. You could sometimes strum with your thumb, sometimes strum with your index finger, sometimes you can pluck, sometimes you can arpeggiate, sometimes you can do a combination of all those things. Find the right way for you on each song, and that's the correct strum pattern. You're welcome, Evelyn. I'll see you a little later. All right. Every time, sometimes Elizabeth sneaks out, or Evelyn sneaks out, and I'm like, is time over? All right. So those are the chords. Let's play the melody. 1, 2. Whoops, sorry. I need to play it a second time to clear up all my mistakes. Ready from the top, go. Isn't that a pretty tune? Really, really pretty melody. All right, and then finally, Tough Uke. let's just play it one time through, call it a day. That'll give you plenty of time before the end of the hour to get your sheet book. Double check that what's in your book is what's on the website. Remember, we'll play through the asterisked ones in this hour tomorrow and the non-asterisked ones in the next hour. The only exception might be We Wish You a Merry Christmas. I might put over onto the second hour as the big wrap up for everybody. So you guys will probably end up up on the housetop, and then we will try to get everybody else to do all the rest of the stuff. And you should come to both hours tomorrow because you're that good. You're that hot. You're that amazing. Okay. And you play any way you want. So one time through on Silver Bells to finish up the hour, and then I'll give you the rest of the hour to make sure your books are in order for tomorrow. Okay. From the top, I'm going to play Tough Uke with my thumb for the most part, I think, and just one time through. First shot, best shot. 1, 2. Second ending. Okay, so you should be set up for tomorrow in good shape. Get your books together tonight. Double check before you come to class tomorrow. Just play through everything, right? Which means that you start now and you play all night long, all day tomorrow morning, and then you're ready for the 45 minutes of a concert. And I will tell them the next hour, I'll say, hey, man, you guys better come to that earlier hour because we're going to have the first half and the second half with a 15-minute intermission from 12:45 to 1 my time. So it should be fun tomorrow. We're going to have a ton of Christmas music, and let's see what we can do to make it as best as you can possibly play. And that's what I know. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Random act of kindness if you can. Be safe. Practice. Tonight you might want to practice, actually. Show up here. This is the key. I promise you'll play well if you keep showing up. And then subscribe and like if you have not done that on the website. And those of you guys who come and hang out in the widget and don't log in, I love having you here. Okay, get a Gmail address, and so you can log in and be in the chat box too. It's way more fun. And so there you go. Telling you how to run your life. That's my job. Let's see who else wandered in over here. Well, Evelyn wandered out. Linda. Seeing a few, right? Yeah, absolutely. Stand up, walk around, shake it off just a little bit. And then Lynn, see you in the next hour. Good. Pam, good to see you. Dennis, keep on rocking out, dude. We're gonna Dennis has some pretty mad skills already, so he's just learning a new way. And Nancy, many thanks. And where I know Henry has been a bit of a pill today. He's been wandering through, like doing laps, and he did show up for harmonica for a little bit, and then he went out of here. So he doesn't really like music. Mostly what he wants to do is just look into my eyes and have me verify that he's alive. So, but I don't know where he's at. Right, I'll go find him. All right, Vicky, see you at 1. All right, you guys have a good afternoon. If I don't see you, I'll see you tomorrow.